Morning E-Dirt, once again here at Hollywood Hills, bringing you all the information on what is happening out there in the big, bad and super cool world of off-road and enduro racing on the SA shores. For the last couple of episodes, we've been talking about how cool the year is going to be. We've been building up a lot of the big events and all the dates and all the tours that we're going to be covering out there on the field, as well as bringing you back all the highlights within, well, it's going to be like maybe 1 or 2 days of the event. The whole idea is we're living in a instant gratification world, and social media is helping us out to bring you guys all that information as tight as possible. I'm working well with all the tours at the moment, and we are literally inches away from getting the season started. In fact, this coming weekend is going to be the first real dust off. What I can tell you though is we have picked up another tour along the way. This is very cool. This is something that I spoke to the guys about just before Christmas closed down. And I was fortunate enough to actually work with T-Bone Racing at the end of last year when they put together the Junior Matut Festival. As a springboard coming off of that, they've been able to move forward and actually work with MSA and put together a Junior Enduro Tour for 2017. Now, the Junior Tour kind of fell away over the last couple of years, and there has been junior ranks that have, or categories that have fallen into the GXCC tours, the low felt enduro tours and places like that. But as far as a national tour goes, no, it's been missing and sorely missed for a very, very long time. So we're working with the guys down there at T-Bone Racing. Graham Hedgecock and I are on point, and we're putting together a lot of social media. They're going to be sending us videos. They've already been out there this weekend down at the Cape Town venue, which is going to be rounds 1 and 2 that are going to open up the tour of a 6-round junior championship. This is huge for the sport. I always say that. I always say a lot of tours are huge for the sport. But when we talk about the fact that we haven't had a step-up tour for the juniors to make their way through for a very long time and actually get onto, like, you know, real big proper tracks, that's just massive for the sport. And well done to T-Bone Racing, well done to Graham Hedgecock and all the crew down there. We're going to do our best for you guys. I know there's a lot of guys out there. You had Brian Kappa, he had a junior day before Christmas, helping a lot of the kids come through there. Taki Bodgiargis and the Rad guys, they're very pro kids, and they will be obviously fielding some junior teams going forward into this year, as well as they have for the junior development team for the last couple of years. So well done T-Bone Racing, and well done. Watch out as well. We will be bringing you a lot of updates because they've got a good social media squad working down there. We're going to be working in conjunction with T-Bone Racing, bringing you all of the information for the 2017 Junior Enduro Tour. Very cool indeed. Now on to some of the teams. And I have been telling you guys for the last couple of weeks that we're going to be introducing all of the teams that are going to be racing on the tours. We're going to start with our sponsors for Hollywood Hills. The first big team announcement for 2017 is the QCon Baseford EMD squad. These guys are going to be out there racing in the GXCs, or the GXCCs, apologies. I'm still trying to get used to that. GXCC tours, they're going to be racing the national off-roads, and a lot of the guys will be building forwards, going forward into the Roof of Africa, which obviously runs a little bit earlier for 2017, sitting right in the middle of November. So it's going to be nice and busy. No big surprise to see that Ludovic Janssen van Vuren is going to be the headliner. He's going to be going out there trying to nail down his wins and his results like he did in the previous season. Last year he came off, he was a winner in the senior class, and he was the champion for 2016 for the GXCC Tours. He had a really good year in the national off-roads, placing 3rd place, so he definitely knows what he's doing. Also a pretty decent motocross racer, raced in the Mayfair Gearbox Championship as well. Vian Duplessis, bit of a banger, had a couple of good seasons back in 2010, 2013. He won the silver class out of the Botswana Desert Race, and for 2017 he's going to be racing all the GXCCs, the Northern Regions, and the Roof of Africa going forward. Big banger, who has arrived on the team, coming out of Centurion KTM, this time supported by Trax KTM, and obviously picked up by the QCon Baseford EMD squad. Cameron Becker, last year, big banger in the OR2 category. Still going to be looking for OR2 glory going forward. He's going to be rocking in the GXCCs, the Northern Regions, the National Off-Roads. He's going to be doing some of the low-felt Enduros as well as the Mayfair Gearbox MXs. He was a real big name and a big star to watch out for, and it's been nice to watch him grow and develop in the ultra-competitive OR2 category. Hannes Simon, the big man out of EMD, and obviously a Dakar star. He's been, he came off his best domestic season last year, walking away as the champion, finally getting his #1 plate in the Q1 class. And of course, the previous year in 2015, 9th place overall in the quads at Dakar, no small feat. Hannes will be out there once again doing the GXCC's Northern Regions, and he will step onto 2 wheels at the end of the year, because most of the year, obviously, he's going to be on the 4s, on the quads. At the end of the year, he steps on with his brother Ati Simon and goes and tackles the roof. Ati's also on the squad as well. He comes off 2016 running 2nd overall in the quads, top runner in the GXCCs as well, and the man who actually runs the EMD shop up in Centurion, so watch out for him. One of the kids that has been picked up onto the squad, JP de Villiers, Jean-Pierre de Villiers, a name we know very well from the GXCC Tour, running in the high school class. He came off some good placings, just off the box most of the time, 4th place overall, and he'll be also looking to run in the GXCCs and the national off-roads, and he's going to be a good kid to watch out for. Good to see them bringing on some younger riders and development riders. Dieter de Vet also getting picked up by the squad. He's going to be on the GXCC, EWXC Tours, Lowveld Enduros, and he's going to be running with the team going forward to the roof, as well as Stephen King, multiple Roof of Africa finisher. And for 2017, the big guy is going to be concentrating on muscling the bike around at the EWXCs, some of the Lowveld Enduros, and obviously tagging off at the end with the Roof of Africa. The team goes on and on. 2 more riders. Rian Dick, a name we know very well from the GXCC Tours, running in the quads. Last year coming off a Q2 class, 3rd place overall. And for 2017, he stays on the quad, stays with EMD, picking up the big ride on QCon, and Basefit and the big squad are going to be looking factory fresh come round #1 in just 2 weeks' time at the GXCCs at Bronkhorstspruit. And then Eugene Berman, a new and upcoming rider, great potential. We'll be watching out for how he runs as well. He's going to have so much mentorship, so much support with the rest of the crew. He'll be out there at the GXCCs, the EWXCs, and some of the Lowveld Enduros. So that is what we are looking like on our first team lineup. Great to see such a professional presentation. Good to see. We knew last year that QCon were coming on to support Ludwig, but we didn't see that it was going to be this big. So that's the QCon, Basefit, and EMD Racing Squad, supported by all their co-sponsors as well. And we are going to be expecting to see them walk away with quite a ton of trophies going forward. Right, that is our first team. Second team we're going to be looking at, Vans Racing Squad. The big bangers coming out of Middelburg. So Vans Racing obviously comes from the surname Van der Westhuizen, so no big surprise to see the Van der Westhuizen brothers running point on the squad. They picked up a lot of support as well. They are now a fully fledged Husqvarna factory squad, or their supported factory squad, of course, as well as being a Husqvarna dealer up there in Middelburg. So on the 2-wheel side, most of the guys will be running on the Huskies, some of the guys onto the Yamahas, and certainly on the quad side, predominantly on the Yamaha side of things. Leon comes off a #2 spot on the GXCC Tour from last year. He'll also be looking to go forward. I hear that he's going to be moving from the big banger into the smoker side of things. Loves that new 300 smoker on the Husky side. So we're going to see what the big guy can do with that. And he'll be trying to climb 1 step higher and go after old Brucey Viljoen on the senior side of things in the GXCCs. It's going to be a busy one for him. As we move further down, of course, Rowan van der Westhuizen, he'll be running in the senior bikes. He also comes off some great results. Very, very underrated rider. And when you see him do some rock hopping, for me, looks like he's a more flat-out rider, so I expect to see him running good pace at the GXCCs and some of the more open races as we go forward. Also one of the guys that is crucial in running the FJX series. Lighty, Alru van der Westhuizen in the Junior 65s, bike number 25. He's been running great pace last year, 5th overall in the Junior 65 category at the Farm Jams, 3rd overall in the 65cc's at the FJX series, and for 2017 moves up to the small wheel 85s. Great to see that kind of develop moving forward. Martian Turon, he'll be running in the OR1s. He'll be out there. Hopefully we'll see him on the GXCC tours. Certainly going to be out there at the FJX home events for the Middelburg squad and whatever else the guys are going to be going down the road for. Martin Swanepoel, he was a great name to watch out for in the GXCCs. He ran in the Pro-Ams in the OR1 category. He'll be looking to try and squash that as well. Try and move up. He was a B-class overall winner in the Farm Jam series and also looked pretty good at dancing on the rocks and the logs at the FJX series. We'll see if he can try and break out of just the Middelburg bubble and try and come out to some of the longer races further out there. Erhard Bierkes, got to be a big banger on the squad. Spoke to him on the phone the other day. He says that he's going to be out there doing as many of the national enduros as he possibly can, but only the local ones. He's not going to be able to travel. He's focused on his studies at the moment, so it's going to be very, very close to home. He walked away as the winningest rider last year on the FJX Tour, and towards the end of the year, got onto the Husky, looked very, very comfortable as well. Farm Jam, he was first overall, and Lowfell Enduro, second overall. So a little bit of a hometown hero. Middelburg and up there in Mpumalanga. Looks like he's going to run good pace, but he's going to be a big threat when he does swing a leg onto the rest of the tours. Reinhard Kritzinger, high school racer, on the pipe, on the smoker. Going to be very, very cool to watch this kid develop as well. In the GXCCs, he walked away with a 7th overall in the high school class. Farm Jam 3rd overall. Going to be interesting. Onto the quad side of things, Stef Bester. He's got so much experience, loves muscling around the big Yamaha quad. He comes off a 1st overall in the Masters for the Farm Jam Tour last year, 2nd overall in the GXCC Tour, and a 2nd national. So there's only one place to go after that. He's got to go and beat Georgie Twicker in the nationals, and he was the only man to run any kind of place close to the Dakar Star last year. Johan Oosthuizen also going to be running in the Quad Open Championship. He comes off a 1st overall, the tall guy. His best result last year has to be his win at the final round of the National Off-Roads and a podium placing in the desert. He is a definite threat to walk away with big numbers for next year. Or this year, should I say. Still getting caught up like that. Little Kobus Bester, keeping it in the family. You'll see a lot of the names getting duplicated as we go through. Kobus Bester runs last year on the Junior 65s. Looks like he's staying on the Junior 65s going forward. He came off a 2nd overall in the FJX class, 1st in the GXCCs. And again, he's going to be a kid that hopefully does make the trip to some of those T-Bone Racing Junior Enduros. He'll definitely be a rider who can improve from going out there and racing some of the harder tracks against harder competition. Jaco Oosthuizen also going to be running an open quad out there. He got a 6th place overall in the open class, and he's going to be joined by Milani Swanepoel, also a lady who is more often than not on the box and more often than not on the top of the pile. Farm Jam, 1st overall in the ladies. GXCC, First Lady. She is the girl to beat going forward. Andries Bester, also running on the Quad Open class. He comes off a number 2 spot in the Farm Jams, 4th in the Open class for the GXCCs, and a 3rd overall in the Northern Regions. So definitely a rider to watch out for. Bayers Fasaki, I first got introduced to Bayers running in the FJX category. Muscular, strong rider, very, very capable as well. Winner in the silver class, finisher, should I say, in the silver class at the Impy. Strong rider, very strong rider indeed. Saw him develop a lot towards the end of last year, and as long as he's kept his blade sharp, he should be a banger to watch out for going forward. Whether it's racing off-roads or enduros, seems to have the skills to make it count. SJ Bester, also a muscular rider, does have his good days, does have his bad days, but last year, 1st overall Pro-Am category class champion for the GXCCs, and also runs high results in the Farm Jam category. Dion van Vuren as well, more of a rock hopper than anything else. Farm Jam 3rd overall, qualified for the roof. In fact, he was the final qualifier for the roof at the bronze qualifier last year, and he'll be looking to try and move his way up into silver class territory. So those are the guys out of Middelburg, and those are the teams that we've been concentrating on today. Going forward, next week we're going to be talking about more of the teams as we build closer and closer to the big banger events on the season. But right now, we leave you with those 2 teams. Just quickly before we go as well, a couple of specials to get through. Rad Motos, they've sent us a huge shopping list here. You can see they've got a blowout special that is running until the end of January. Then pretty much straight after that, they go into a close down for a stock take. So just a heads up, go grab all your specials before the beginning of February. They're just going to be taking a few days out. Obviously, you're going to run a clearance, and probably after the stock take, they'll run some more specials as well. So well done to the Rad guys for letting us know about that. Not many shops actually do give the public a heads up, so thanks for that one. Vans Racing as well, they've started to send us a little bit more press, giving us some shots of the shop, their new look and feel, and they do tell me that they're going to be running specials from February onwards. So right now, those are the big specials going on. We've spoken a lot about the guys at BaseFit. We know the specials they've got running. We'll remind you guys about that in next week's show. Right now, we're signing off. It's going to be a crazy next couple of weeks. Hang on, hang in there. We'll be right there with you.